Friday. That's right. I'm going to be filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden every single Friday, 2 to 4 my time here in Alberta, Camrose, Alberta. Very snowy, very cold, about to get a lot warmer and very slushy. And the car washes are going to make a lot of money in the next little while. Same thing every year. We seem to have a little bit more snow than last year, but enough weather talk. We have a brand new call-in line here on the show. If you haven't been listening, it's 844-DR Glidden, 844-DR Glidden. Now for the numeric version of that, 844-374-5433. Once again, that's 844-374-5433. Now, knowing that I'm going to be doing this show every Friday, I end up going through a whole lot of material and busting my brain to think about things that I can talk about on this show. And the truth of the matter is, there's actually more going on than one could possibly cover in 2 hours. I mean, things are crazy. And at the same time things are crazy, hope brightens. I mean, things are getting worse. Things are getting better. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. Now, I'm going to come to you today with a lot of different stories, some personal things that I've been dealing with here just locally that absolutely pertain to what we're doing with longevity. And before I do that, though, I would like to give just a couple of shout-outs. My best friend Joe called me about 20 minutes before this show started to pray for me, and that's how you know you got a good friend. I came from a family that was very religious. I was forced to go to church when I was a kid, which I absolutely hated, and I did everything I could to throw a wrench into the works. I would sit at the back of the church. I would wear a Guns N' Roses t-shirt and listen to my Walkman. You probably haven't heard that word in a long time, but I fought it every step of the way. But the fact is, my family cared about me a lot, and they were trying to instill some values in me. And while I bucked it every step of the way, I actually listened, and I learned a lot of things that carried me through life. Now, I know that we have a lot of Benny Hinn followers listening to the show these days since Dr. Joel Wallach appeared on his show. And I was listening to Dr. Peter Glidden yesterday on Metaphysical Thursday, talking about things outside of the physical that we cannot explain that happen all the time. And I'd like to give you just one of those with me. Now, as I said, I was a rotten kid, and I was smart, but I was rebellious and kind of stupid at the same time. But I remember clearly when I was a young guy, I was at church with my parents, and there was this lady who was known to be a prophet of sorts. She would have dreams and they would come true and things like that. And one day she came to me and she said that she had a dream about me. And she said that I was walking through a field of wheat. And as I walked along, people were springing up behind me and following me out of the wheat. And as I walked, there was innumerable multitude of people following me out of the wheat. Now, at the time, I was a kid, and I had no appreciation for anything of any substance, and I was like, yeah, right. And, you know, as circumstances go, long story short, I'm on a radio show broadcasting to the whole world today, telling people to get out of the wheat. And I had a grandmother that prayed for me constantly because I was the worst kid. So my family put a lot of attention into trying to help me out and find my way in life. And Through courses of events, I found longevity. I have a great wife. I have great kids. I have the best family that anybody could ever ask for. And I know I said it last show, but I'd like to thank them once again. Here in Alberta, we got Dr. Joel Wallach, the man, the myth, the legend. Well, I shouldn't say myth. He's actually real. Dr. Joel Wallach, Thursday, March 27th, West Edmonton Mall, Gold Room at 7 o'clock. Now, if you've never heard of West Edmonton Mall, we got bragging rights to the biggest shopping center in the world here in Edmonton, Alberta. Go online and check it out. There's a lagoon running down the middle of the mall with a full-size replica of a Spanish galleon. There's a roller coaster. There's a wave park. There's just a million things to do at West Edmonton Mall. And if you're in the Edmonton area or anywhere in Alberta for that matter, come to West Edmonton Mall on Thursday, March 27th. Bring your family, spend a day shopping or going on rides or swimming or whatever at West Edmonton Mall, and then prepare to be blown away by the presentation of Dr. Joel Wallach. Friday, March 28th, Sherwood Park Community Center, 7 o'clock p.m., just outside of Edmonton, little suburb of Sherwood Park. And then Saturday, March 29th, Camrose Regional Exhibition Center, and that is a Saturday at 2 o'clock. We hope to see you there. Now, I've had a really interesting week. When you start really getting involved with longevity, you're talking to people about some pretty personal things. Health issues, deaths in the family, things like that. And I would like to talk for a moment about, and I'm not going to mention any names out of respect for the family's privacy, but there was a guy here in Camrose, and this guy was one of the best musicians. He could take a harmonica and make that thing wail. I mean, this guy was the best blues harmonica. He had a whole rig. He had a bunch of different harmonicas. He had microphone that he could put distortion through an orange crate amplifier and just make that puppy sing. And I actually had the privilege of getting on this stage with this guy quite a few times and playing music. Well, I had a guy, I kind of lost touch with him. I didn't talk to him for a long time, but I was recently contacted by a man here in Camrose that wanted to get his hands on some longevity products, and it turns out he was the brother of this guy. Now, I learned through his brother that he had died recently, and the more I listened to what happened, the more impressed upon me how important this job that we do is. Let me just get into it. This well-respected, well-loved member of our community, excellent musician, excellent husband. He had a hard time swallowing. He had something in his throat. He had a hard time swallowing. So what do? You go to your doctor, right? And they ran a scope into him. And when they did that, they tore a hole in this guy's esophagus. Tore a hole in it that previously was not there. Well, don't worry, we got that figured out. They sent him home and told him to drink Boost. Yeah, Boost. For a condition that he did not have before he went to his doctor. Well, guess what? That Boost went through the hole in his esophagus. It filled his chest cavity, got infected. He was rushed to surgery in Edmonton. They removed part of his lung. Then they put him on chemo. Endless series of x-rays. They radiated this man and he died. Really good man. Family torn up. They lost something that they could never replace. Now, it just seems to me if I was a professional driver and I accidentally ran over somebody, bare minimum, I would be facing manslaughter charges, which could very well put me in jail. But the MDs get a pass, don't they? Oh, you did your best. Sometimes the family will even thank them. Thank you. Oh, you did what you could. Thank you so much. It's awful. It's really awful what's happening all around us. Since I got involved with this, I can't tell you how many times I've ran into people that have the wrong kidney removed. The wrong kidney removed. I mean, if you're going to go in for one of these surgeries, you best get out a Sharpie and draw some instructions on yourself as to which organ is the right one to remove, if you can even say that that's such a thing, the right organ to remove. But that's their answer. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in your ability to heal yourself. They just believe in digging into you and radiating and burning and drugging. When is it going to stop? And how can you even trust them? I got a story out of RT News, and this headline says it all. Doctors warn new FDA-approved painkiller is deadly dangerous. Think about that. Even the MDs, this is going too far for them. A new painkiller set to hit the market in March is coming under heavy fire from doctors and lawmakers warning of its powerful ability to kill. Although the opiate Zahydra was ultimately approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, that endorsement went against the recommendation given by the agency's own advisory panel. I'm going to get into this more after this break. Mike Phillip on Fire Your MD Now. We'll be back after this. MD Now radio show on the GCN radio network, and I would just like to give a quick shout out to a couple of our affiliates, WPBQ, Jackson, Mississippi. Bill, you're a good guy. And last time I did the show, Bill called me up and he took me to the woodshed because I had said something that he disagreed with. And you know what? He was right, and I'll admit it. Bill, you're doing an awesome job. You're the last best hope for your people in Jackson, Mississippi. KBRA 95.9 FM for your Texas. Hello, Texas. Alberta, incidentally, is considered the Texas of Canada. I mean, if Texas and Alberta were people, they'd probably have a couple of beers and get into an arm wrestling match. Now, before the break, I was talking about the FDA approving a new drug that'll kill you. But that's not as important as talking to Alicia in Washington. It's more important that I talk to anybody that calls in this show. This show is about you. Alicia, can you hear me? Are you there?
I can hear you. I'm here.
Excellent, Alicia. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Right on. How did you hear about this show, Alicia?
Fire MD Now. I'm a regular listener. I've taken longevity products for 2 years. I recently had a baby 13 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
I can't seem to shed 15 extra pounds.
15 extra pounds, hey?
Yeah.
Have you tried the ASAP?
Well, I'm breastfeeding, and so I'm unsure about taking the ASAP.
Okay. You know what? That's a good point. Here's the deal. I would just wait a little bit and keep doing what you're doing. Maybe stock up on the minerals a little bit more for that precious baby of yours. Give it a little bit more time and let your body adjust normally to the situation that's happened here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a Glidden, okay?
Yeah.
But if I was you, I would keep on the program, and this is just my opinion, and let things happen naturally the way that it's supposed to, because you went through a big change. And let me ask you this. You've been on longevity products for 2 years.
Yes.
What got you on the products? And give me your story. I want to hear your story, Alicia.
Well, I've always been into natural health, and I knew vitamins and minerals. You know, to me, it's just common sense to take vitamins and minerals. And I heard about Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and I tried it, and I loved it. I noticed a difference immediately.
Where did you hear about the Tangy Tangerine?
I heard it on a commercial on the Alex Jones show.
You know what? Me too. That's how I found out about all of this, is through Alex Jones. Yeah, I'm an Alex Jones listener. And tell me this, when you saw Alex Jones on Pierce Morgan, I jumped off the couch like my team just won the Super Bowl. Wasn't that great?
It was interesting, to say the least. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't have a show anymore, Piers Morgan, so it says something.
Yeah, way to go, Alex, getting that smarmy limey off of the TV. Anyways, so you heard about the Beyond Tangy Tangerine through Alex Jones. Mm-hmm. You got some, you got on it. Did you experience any significant health changes?
I did when I went off the gluten. I didn't know I was really gluten intolerant, and I was having intestinal pains, and so I went off the gluten, and that's when I had acne for years, and it disappeared. And I had a couple of dry patches on my elbows, and those disappeared. And yeah, I mean, it's just been great.
Absolutely, yeah. So, you know, how long ago did you have your baby?
13 weeks ago.
13 weeks ago? Yeah, in my guesstimation, you would probably still be, you know, there was a lot of changes taking place there. And I would just give it a little bit of time. Like, you're looking to lose 15 pounds, and like you said, you're still breastfeeding.
Yeah.
I would just keep on the program, make sure that your baby is healthy, and after that, you can start looking at doing ASAP. You already know that the product works, right?
Yes.
So I hear the music. We're coming up on a break. Alicia, it was great talking to you. I'm going to let you go. If I haven't satisfied your questions, call back when Dr. Glidden's on. Mike Phillip filling in. We'll be back after this. Your MP Now Radio live on the GCN network. I really dig GCN. They got the best programming. I've been a GCN listener for probably 11, 12 years. And I'm really, really proud to be hosting a show on this network. It's an extreme privilege. That being said, I would like to talk to Sandy in Wisconsin. Sandy, are you there?
Yes, I am.
How are you
Hi,
today?
thanks for taking my call.
Absolutely.
I have a question because I saw Dr. Wallach on a Christian television program, and I decided that I would like to be healthier, and that my daughter really needs some help because she has severe OCD. She was diagnosed at age 12, and then she had her wisdom teeth pulled out 2 years later, and they did not give her antibiotics. And she ended up with a staph infection in her face, which was close to Ludwig's angina. And so they put her on antibiotics, and her OCD actually got better. She had less symptoms of it. However, after that occurred, when she got sick again, she got the flu really bad, then she was once again unable to think, concentrate, had frequent urination, had dilated eyes, had all of the symptoms of what we now know as PANDAS, pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorder associated with streptococcal infection. Mm-hmm. They're calling it PANS now, and apparently, according to Dr. Trifoletti, it is an alternate fever response of the immune system, where the immune system mistakenly attacks the brain instead of the actual bacteria or virus.
So do you figure that your doctors knows more about what's going on internally with your daughter than her own immune system?
I'm sorry, what?
Okay. We fundamentally believe that the body knows how to heal itself, okay? Now, your doctor believes that things are random and things just happen. And when symptoms like this come up, like the immune system is attacking the brain mistakenly, no, everything's functioning the way it's supposed to. The body's freaking out. And this is my, what I've learned from Dr. Wallach and Dr. Glidden. Your daughter's body is trying to save itself, and removing organs or drugging or antibiotics might give a temporary reprieve, but the body needs some raw materials in order to heal itself, and it knows how to do it. So you've got a couple of options at this point. You saw Dr. Wallach. I'm guessing you saw him on Benny Hinn, am I right?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So Dr. Wallach has put together some superb protocols on how to deal with things like this. Okay. Now, you saw Dr. Wallach on the Benny Hinn show, and that means that we're going to direct you to his people, but I'll give you my opinion on what would be the best way to go with your daughter. First of all, Dr. Wallach, did you hear him talking about a 10 bad food list on that show?
Did I hear him talk about what?
The 10 bad food list. Dr. Joe Wallach.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do not eat any on the bad food list. And I have been gluten-free for 14 months, and my daughter has been gluten-free for about 4 months now.
Great.
And I've seen major improvement in my health because just from that. So, we're doing everything right, except for we're not getting the minerals we need.
It's helping your whole family.
Pardon?
Because you're looking around for something to help your daughter, you're inadvertently going to end up helping your whole family.
Yes, I am, because I am motivated.
Ways, doesn't he? Yeah.
Pardon?
So I said God works in mysterious ways.
Yes, he does.
Turning a negative into a positive. Now, your daughter, what I would do if this was my daughter, I would get a healthy blood sugar pack. That's what I would do, with an extra bottle of plant-derived minerals. Okay. Now, I don't have, we want to hook up people. You heard about this show. You learned about Dr. Wallach through the Benny Hinn show, so we want the credit to go where it goes. This is a business as well. So what I want you to do, I don't have the number for it here, but I want you to go to youngevity.com, okay? It's youngevity.com, and click on contact, call the customer service line, and have them get you the number to get involved with Benny Hinn's organization, and they've got somebody that will hook you up with the right products. Now, the fact that you've gone with the 10 bad food list, you're already taking big steps. That's it was the same thing with us, and I've seen it in other people too. When you start following that 10 bad food list, things just magically start getting better overnight, and it's even things that you didn't expect, right?
Right.
So what did you notice when you went gluten-free? You've been gluten-free 14 months. What did you start to notice?
The first 2 weeks, I went through major withdrawals, and I craved pancakes and sugar. And I did not eat them, obviously. And I noticed that my thinking became clearer, and I noticed my digestion became better, and my skin became clearer because I have psoriasis.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what?
And then I noticed that when I accidentally ate a piece of a crouton that accidentally was put on my salad, I would immediately get a headache and feel dizzy.
Wow. Yeah, just like that, hey?
Yeah.
That's insane. Well, you're watching Benny Hinn. You're obviously a Bible-believing Christian, And so, you needed some answers. Your daughter wasn't doing well. And, I firmly believe that God brought you to a place where you could have the right information. Like you said, my people perish for a lack of knowledge, right? So now you got the knowledge. And get in touch with Youngevity. Go to youngevity.com and click on contact. And there'll be a 1-800 number there. Find out how to get involved with Benny Hinn's organization and tell them you want a healthy blood sugar pack. Get yourself a healthy start pack. And now that you've gone gluten-free into following the 10 bad food list, get ready to watch more absolutely incredible health benefits. I've seen it over and over again in people in my life, and I know where you're coming from because my grandmother watched Benny Hinn. She bought his books, Good Morning Holy Spirit, and I was never a big fan of Benny Hinn myself, but I'm coming around.
Okay, yes. I did get a hold of Youngevity, and my sponsor, Marcy, gave me your number because I have been trying to contact Dr. Wallach's radio program, but I can never get through. So I just need to know where to start for my daughter, like which products to use for my daughter.
Well, if you can't get a hold of anybody, okay, I'm going to give you the number for teamglidden.ca right now, all right?
Okay.
You got a pen?
Yes.
1-800-705.
Okay.
6892.
And that's for who?
That's for teamglidden.ca. We can fix you up with those products too. I got to try and fix you up with where you heard it first. But if you can't get a hold of them, your daughter's health comes first. Get a hold of us and we'll make sure and do it.
Okay, great. And she's also now gained 60 pounds from being on Prozac, Abilify, and the Azep. And so I'm wondering if a healthy pack, is that going to be enough to lose the weight, or should we use ASAP?
No, I wouldn't go with the ASAP. If it were me, you just want to get her nutrified first. First and foremost, get her on a healthy blood sugar pack and an extra bottle of plant-derived minerals, okay? And there's instructions on the bottle, right, about how to take these products. And from what I've heard, children often respond really quickly to it. How old is your daughter?
She's 16.
16?
Yes.
She's at a difficult age already. She doesn't need to gain 60 pounds overnight, right?
Right.
And I'm guessing you want to get her off of these drugs.
Right.
Yeah. So this would be the way to do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
great.
You know what? Thanks for calling, Sandy. And you know what? I love Wisconsin. I've been to the Dells. I've got pictures of me at the Dells when I was just a little kid with my parents. We went to a big concert there, and I think Deep Purple was playing or something like that. So,
yeah, we love it here.
Oh, Wisconsin is great. It's great. And you know what else? It makes a good setting for that 70s show.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does. Sandy, I'm so glad you called. I'm going to let you go. All right? You take care. And we're going to switch over to Karma in Kansas. Karma, can you hear me?
Yes, I sure can. Thanks for having me on. I'm sorry?
This is not Dr. Glidden. This is Mike Phillip. I fill in for Dr. Glidden whenever he's on the road, or I'm going to be doing this show every Friday. So I'll tell you what, right now, Karma, I'm not a doctor. I'm a Youngevity distributor. I'm a Dr. Glidden insider, and so I have access to a lot of really great information and a great team of people. And Dr. Glidden is such a busy guy that, you know, he'll burn the candle at both ends if no one tells him to stop, right? He'll just keep going. So we made it so that I fill in on the show on Fridays and that we can free up a little bit of his time. But Karma, what would you like to talk about?
Well, you're definitely the guy that I need to talk to. I heard about the show and Dr. Glidden from Jan Irvin just today, actually.
Okay.
And I kind of got right on the horn, and because I have been a few years ago, I got diagnosed with cervical dysplasia.
Can you explain what that is?
Well, it's mutating cells in my cervix.
Okay.
And they fear-mongered me pretty bad, told me it was going to turn into cancer, and their recommended treatment was to burn out a chunk of my cervix.
Yikes.
Yeah, and I decided I didn't want to do that I wanted to correct it through nutrition.
You know what? You made the right choice, Karma. You know what? I hear the music, and that means this segment is over. We got a short one on the other side. We're going to come back to you. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Fire MD show. Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden every Friday, God willing, here and out. And we got some good karma happening. I'm talking about karma in Kansas. Are you still there?
That's me.
That's you. How did you hear about this show, Karma?
Through Jan Irvin.
Who's that? Is that a local longevity distributor? Or?
No, he does a radio show, Gnostic Media.
Wow. Is he a longevity distributor?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I just found out about the show today, so I was pretty interested in getting some advice on what longevity products I might want to use for my situation, because the doctors pretty much wanted to stay hung up on that it was caused by HPV. But through my research, I found out that leaky gut can also cause cervical dysplasia because it leaks toxins into your cervix.
Well, you know what? It's all tied in, right? It's all tied in. Your body is in a state where things aren't working properly. It's got natural systems that are there specifically to deal with this or just about anything else that comes along. So I'm really glad that you called me, because here's the deal. Dr. Glidden, in personal conversations, has seen a lot. He's seen a lot, and he's seen women actually killed by their MDs in situations exactly like the one that you're facing.
That's
and
right.
I don't even know you, Karma, and it makes me sick to think of that happening to you. Now, here's the deal. You need to boost your ORAC value, okay? ORAC stands for oxygen radical absorption capacity. All right? You've got natural systems in your body to deal with these things, but you've got to consume the right things up that ORAC value. Now, if I was you, I'm not allowed to diagnose anything, okay? I'm not allowed to even say that water cures dehydration, okay? Yeah, it's crazy. But here's what I would do. You got a pen?
Yeah, I'm typing it all out.
Okay, 1-800-705-6892. That's 1-800-705-6892. That's going to put you in touch with a member of teamglidden.ca. And in fact, my brother is manning that phone line. You're going to talk to him. And here's what, if I was in your shoes, or if I had a woman in my life that was facing the issues that you're facing, this is what I would tell them. I would like to see them on the 10 bad food list. Do you know what that is?
I've been doing that. Yeah, I totally have. Just last week, I started, removing all gluten and wheat, and because I'm pretty sure that the candida caused my leaky gut, because when I was pregnant or when I had my baby, I had bad yeast infections, and I can even look at her pictures now when I was going through all this research and look back at my newborn pictures, and it's completely obvious that she has thrush.
Crazy.
So I know that that's all part of it.
Yeah. It is all part of it, and your body is a symphony that has a few players missing. But once we get those players introduced, it's going to make beautiful music, and you're going to be really happy. So I would like to see you personally. You can get the 10 bad food list, get all of it.
I got that. I subscribe.
Okay, wonderful. You're off to a really great start. So phone tglidden.ca, 1-800-705-6892. And if I was you, I would get on a Healthy Start pack. Okay?
Okay.
And I would take some Z Radical. Okay, as much as you can afford.
Z is in zebra?
Yeah, Z Radical, or Z Radical, I should say, and Immortalium. We're coming up on a hard break. I hear the music. Listen, Karma, I'm going to come back to you on this other side just to finish this up. Then we're going to go to Madru and Mike Phillip filling in for Dr. Peter Glidden. We'll be back right after this.